Good morning, everybody. I'm Chris, and this is the Good Morning Show. And we've got some news for you. We're going to wait a little while to see if anybody comes in the stream. If you've read the title for this, you know what some of the news is. So we're just going to give it just a few seconds to see anybody pops in. But yeah, so I think that's long enough. Somebody will pop in eventually. So let's take a look at some news. All right, so what we got going on right now, and this comes from Inside the Magic. Disney attractions. Is Jungle Cruise next to be reimagined? All right. Heads have turned to Splash Mountain, Disney's next reimagined theme park attraction. Fans have petitioned one way and then another to get the ride changed, and even a current cast member has come forward with his long thought out armchair Imagineering plans to have the ride changed. When Disney confirmed the upcoming reskin to The Princess and the Frog, fans had mixed reactions, with many in favor, but of course with previous changes to Pirates of the Caribbean and now Splash Mountain, Disney fans, hey Candy Mom, Disney fans are wondering, is Jungle Cruise next to be reimagined? We may have proof that it will be. Let's see. In Jungle Cruise next, okay. IGN recently reported on fans' unrest over several Disney attractions as Splash Mountain was stripped of its racist origins in Song of the South. Not long after the changes were announced, Disney fans started discussing changes to the Jungle Cruise and the removal of the insensitive language and depiction of the natives. I didn't think we were supposed to use natives. I thought it was indigenous now. Jungle Cruise has been a Disneyland staple since 1955, with versions also appearing at Magic Kingdom in Orlando, Tokyo Disneyland, and Hong Kong Disneyland. The cruise, which takes park visitors down several rivers in Africa, South America, and Asia, includes animatronic human characters depicting some native population as headhunters and including insensitive period language. The ride is set during the 1930s from white characters who refer to the indigenous characters as savages. Discussions have also included the Native Americans and Peter Pan's flight, among others, but the leader of the pack has been Jungle Cruise Expedition. If you've been paying attention to the social media posts that precede the trailer for the Jungle Cruise, the upcoming film inspired by the classic Disney attraction, you may have noticed The Rock announcing involvement in the Disney project on more than one occasion. Before the Jungle Cruise film crew even opened a camera lens, The Rock was commandeering a boat in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World in 2017. It became clear to many that his heart really was in the right place as he researched to see how the ride exists in its current state, wanted to attempt to put that essence into the film, and then, in turn, inject that soul back into the attraction. If you read this post carefully, you might not be sure whether The Rock is talking more about the upcoming Jungle Cruise film or the attraction itself, but more details to come. So, yeah, the thing is, all right, so it's not a secret that the Jungle Cruise is my favorite ride. Okay, when you go to Disney, this stuff is make-believe. All right, it's that's all it is. It's fictional. I mean, yeah, they talk about going down certain rivers and everything like that, but I think we're going overboard. Now, could I see it being changed? They did it to Pirates of the Caribbean. I could see that if the Jungle Cruise movie does well, I could see them changing it because they did with the Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know if that's possible. I mean, because it really has to do with the success of that movie. As you can see, the Haunted Mansion didn't do very well. the movie, and the Haunted Mansion is the same. I mean, they've done some refurbishments and stuff like that, but yeah, like I said, I guess it depends on the movie, but I think we need to stop attacking Disney and realize this is the place you go to get away from the outside world. We don't want to bring the outside world inside Disney. That's how it loses its magic. So, but yeah, I could understand refurbishing the ride, but you know, if you want to change the language, I mean, to me, going politically correct is just a move towards a kind of fascism. But that's the reason why we have freedom of speech. But I won't go any farther than that. Yeah. Hey, Darren. Yeah, I had my coffee earlier. I've had about 2 cups. I really didn't get any sleep last night. All right, so let's move on. What do we got next? I'm gonna try and cover the Disney news first. All right, here we go. All right, and this comes from Cinema Blend. One reason Frozen 3 hasn't been discussed yet, according to one Disney director. It took 6 years for Disney to give us Frozen 2, which felt like a lifetime for some fans of Anna and Elsa and the rest of the gang. While it was up for debate whether or not the sequel to Frozen was worth the wait, there is no denying it made an incredible impact at the box office. It's only natural to wonder what will happen next with the series, but according to one Disney director, the studio hasn't even started to discuss the prospect of Frozen 3. When Frozen 2 was released last November, it was, to put it mildly, a rousing success. Fans all over the world packed theaters, fell in love with the soundtrack, and made it clear that the franchise wasn't just a one-hit wonder. Now that the initial excitement has died down, there's obviously speculation as to when we can expect to see the next installment of the series. But when Collider asked Frozen 2's director of story, Mark Smith, for some intel, he made it clear we'll probably be waiting a while. We have not had that discussion. I think Frozen 2 is still too close to everyone's minds and ideas to think about what happened beyond that. That might be a bit disappointing to Airedale's enthusiasts, but it honestly makes sense. If there was a lot of pressure to follow up Frozen's success, then there must be even more to make sure a third chapter could match Frozen 2's billion-dollar box office run. There's also the risk of oversaturating fans by releasing another movie too quickly. After COVID-19 hit in early 2020, Disney Plus did parents a solid, sort of, and made Frozen 2 available for streaming early. While that offended some assistants in the keeping kids occupied during quarantine department, it is safe to say some parents might be ready to take a break from Into the Unknowing. So we need to stop attacking people. I agree. I do agree. I think, you know, one of the things is, and I think when it comes to like that, I think Morgan Freeman said best. One of the things is stop talking about it. So, I mean, to me, I just don't understand where all of this is coming from. I wasn't raised that way, and to me, I think we've just lost our thick skin as Americans. So everybody gets offended so easily anymore. So, and then I also think there's just people out there who likes to create problems. All right, so let's see. Let's go on down. Looking for some more Disney news. I know we have some more on there. You can tell by my title there's more down here. All right. So we got a lot to come back up and look at. Wow, it's on down a way. Unless I passed it. Yeah, I passed it. All right, just give me 1 second. I'll get there. I know what I was looking for. I don't think it changed because I've had this up and it don't usually change when I have it up. There we go. Here we go. And this comes from WDW News Today. I actually have some pictures for this. So, Union Leaders post photos from Walt Disney World Resort ahead of theme park reopening. Local 362 Union President Eric Clinton took a visit to the Walt Disney World Resort theme park ahead of their reopening, which is scheduled to start July 11th. The visit included seeing a new safety measures put into place at the parks, as well as visiting with cast members. All right, so trying to see if there's any more to read. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll go ahead and show the photos. So the first photo is, let me think, is Epcot. Oh, there we go. So there you go. I know it's small, but if you can see it, I mean, it's just them standing there in front of Spaceship Earth. Then the next one was the Magic Kingdom. So they're just standing there in the middle of Main Street, USA. And then the next one is Hollywood Studios. So I don't know if they just didn't visit Animal Kingdom or because that was the only 3 photos they've actually leaked. So I guess if you are part of the union, you're allowed to do things like that. I don't know. I could see Disney being upset. But let's see what the rest of it says. All right, so let's see. Above, we see images of Eric visiting Disney Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Magic Kingdom. The visit makes sense. A cast member from many locations are beginning to be called back to work ahead of the reopening, and others at select resorts have been working since July 14th. Yeah, as you all know, my daughter is a cast member, Heaven, and she actually went back yesterday, was her first day. So, and she said they basically had a meeting and then went back, and their leaders went over the different safety measures. So, but she said all in all, it was a good day, and she was happy to get back to work. So, let's see. We got some more Disney news, and I know this one's way on down here. So let me read through real quick. And if I'm right, I actually have pictures for it as well. Oh, come on. I wish they would put this, because I go into this and it says, it puts it all nicely. Oh, here we go. There we go. So here we go. We got brand new Magic Band designs available now. And this comes from InsideTheMagic.com. Magic Bands are a must-have for all Disney guests, as it serves as their key to the world. Magic Bands hold guest hotel room key, theme park tickets, dining plan credits, photo pass, fast pass plus selection, and more, all linked to your My Disney Experience account. They also come in several different designs and colors, some of which showcase your favorite Disney characters or theme park rides. Disney Magic Bands are described as: enjoy more of your vacation with a Magic Band wristband, a touch to enter admission card, seamlessly connected to your reservation, park admission, and other plans and purchases. However, we recently reported that Walt Disney World Resort will be discontinuing the complimentary Magic Band service for Disney Resort hotel guests in 2021. But the good news is that they are still available for 2020 vacation. So let's go on down. Also available online, which some of you are probably aware of, is the choice of a complimentary or special pre-order Magic Band for annual pass holders. Guests can order up to 11 days before the expected arrival date to have the Magic Band shipped right to your home. The better news is we found a few brand new Magic Band designs available now. Let's take a closer look. Alright, so the first one we have, and let me bring it up, is this one here. And this one is the first trip. So if it's your first trip to Walt Disney World and you want something to commemorate that by ordering a Magic Band, there it is. I believe they're $20 plus shipping. The next one they had was going to Walt Disney World Magic Band, which is another way to commemorate your trip. And let's see, they have this one, Disney Parks Food Magic Band. So it looks like they've got like ears and Dole Whip and pretzels and stuff like that on there. So if you're a big fan of the food, of course I think most people are. And then the next one is Mickey Silver and Gold Rings Magic Band. So yeah, these all run for the same price, $20 plus I believe shipping. So if it's not shipping, I could be wrong about that. I'm just taking a guess. But yeah, so they got some new designs. Really neat. I like them. So I don't mean to sound under the weather. I just haven't hardly had any sleep. But let's see if they got any more to say about that. So the first new Magic Band is, yeah, first visit. I'm going to Disney World Magic Band. Yeah, the Disney Parks Food Magic Band, like I showed. Who doesn't love, right? And the Mickey Silver and Gold Rings Magic Band. So that's kind of neat to look at. I like Magic Bands. So let's take a look at this. This is also from Inside the Magic. I don't have a picture for this one. OP'd infamous Disney Castle makeovers. Okay, so yeah, I think you can actually find this one. Like some of the bad ones, like the birthday cake, is mentioned in here. If anybody remembers that, it actually was about the color of Pepto-Bismol. Disneyland Paris 5th anniversary. I don't think not really. Oh my gosh, it looks like a jester. Vandalism by Stitch. I remember that one. I thought that one was pretty neat, where he toilet papered the castle. Bonus is Epcot. Oh yeah, when they added the sorcerer's arm with the wand. Yep, I remember that one. Those weren't too bad. Probably one of the best ones for Epcot was when they turned Spaceship Earth into the Death Star for Star Wars. They only did that one night, but it was pretty neat. I don't think we have any more Disney news. We can check here in a minute. But we do have some stuff on some Star Wars. So let me get back to that. So I actually seen somebody who's going to be in the Mandalorian. So let's see. I don't think that one's. Here we go. This isn't Star Wars, but this is Marvel news, and this comes from Showbiz Cheat Sheet. Avengers Endgame leaked deleted scenes suggest Marvel was always going to bring back Thanos. Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., willed Thanos, Josh Brolin, out of existence in Avenger Endgame, but there is a small possibility that the Mad Titan will return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The idea that Marvel will bring Thanos back is based on a deleted scene from Endgame. The sequence features a conversation between Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, and the Ancient One, Tilda Swinton. and clearly opens the door for Thanos to return, if Marvel wants to go in that direction. Inside the deleted scene from Avengers Endgame, the deleted scene features a brief conversation between Hulk and the Ancient One when the Avengers travel back into time to retrieve the Infinity Stones. Unlike the final cut of the scene, Hulk expresses serious doubt about using the Infinity Stones to bring everyone back. In response, the Ancient One tells Bruce that their plan could work because everyone who Thanos snapped out of existence didn't really die. Instead, they were willed out of existence, which is a big difference. If someone dies, they will always die. Death is irreversible, but Thanos is not, she told him. Those you've lost are dead. They've been willed out of existence. Oh, those you've lost are not dead. They've been willed out of existence, which means they can be willed back, but doesn't come cheap. The conversation matches up with everything that has happened in the MCU so far after Thanos' snap in Infinity War. Hulk brought everyone back in the Avengers Endgame, while Iron Man finished the job by snapping Thanos out of existence. The only problem is that Tony didn't necessarily kill Thanos, as the Ancient One pointed out in the deleted scene. This opens the door for the Mad Titan's return to the MCU, and there might be one character who would love to get him back. This character might bring Thanos back. The deleted scene suggests that Marvel does have plans to bring Thanos back at some point. If that happens, there is a good chance that the Mad Titan's son, Thane, is the one who does it. According to We Got This Covered, Marvel is seriously considering introducing Thane, either Phase 4 or Phase 5 of the MCU. The studio would then have Thane travel back in time and use the Infinity Stones to bring Thanos back. Wow. Here we go. Marvel, of course, has not confirmed any of the rumors surrounding Thanos. While we wait to hear more on that front, there are also reports that the studio might introduce fans to Thanos' brother Star Fox. What about... Okay. Although Thanos is out of the picture, his impact on the MCU will continue in Phase 4, as Marvel fans are well aware Thanos' parents were Eternals, a group of superheroes created by the Celestials, who Marvel plans on introducing in the Eternals. What fans may not know is that Thanos has a brother named Star Fox, who also goes by the name Eros. Some claim that Marvel was going to introduce Eros in the Eternals, but the character is not listed in the cast. Wow, that's really interesting. Alright, let's move on. I mean, Thanos is a big villain for Marvel, the MCU. But I can see them kind of working more towards more of a popular villain, and they do now own the rights to. I think our next popular villain is going to be Doctor Doom. That's who I believe it's going to be. So, and I think Doom, I like Doom. I think he's more of an interesting character than Thanos, even though Thanos, it was like you could almost see why he was doing what he was doing. So, and I think really that makes it even better. All right, here's some Star Wars news. All right, so this is from Screen Rants. Star Wars Secret of the Jedi explains Baby Yoda's Force powers. Oh yeah, I really think so too, Candy Mom. I think that that would have a twist to bring Thanos back. I mean, I think in the comics he did come back several times, and at one time he even joined the Avengers in fighting someone. But yeah, I would see maybe not doing it in this next phase, but maybe bringing him back later if they need to, if the MCU doesn't die out, But then again, we have gone a long time without a Marvel movie, so I think people are starting to get hungry for them. So, once again, Star Wars Secret of the Jedi explains Baby Yoda's Force powers. Star Wars book Secret of the Jedi has added new depth to the balance of the Force, hinting just why Jedi Master Yoda was so powerful in the Force. And I have a feeling I've I've seen something like this. The Star Wars book Secrets of the Jedi reveals more secrets about the balance of the Force, shedding light on Baby Yoda's Force powers. When George Lucas created the Force, he was inspired by the dualism of yin and yang, light and dark. The concept of balance gradually became integral to the Star Wars franchise, especially with the launch of the prequel trilogies in 1999. Anakin Skywalker was revealed to be the chosen one, destined to bring balance to the Force. Whatever that means, Secret of the Jedi offers further insight into the importance of this balance, and in doing so offers an explanation for why Baby Yoda and Rey possess Force powers unseen elsewhere in the franchise. You think... I don't know, Darren. I don't know if it'll be like The Undertaker. Alright, the Disney era is gradually exploring the concept of balance. One step at a time, it has suggested balance should be seen as a distant aspect of the Force, like light and dark. A mural of the Prime Jedi seen in the Star Wars The Last Jedi suggests the Jedi of old were sworn to serve balance rather than the light side, but lost their way. In the sequel trilogy, Rey's new Force powers can be explained by her learning from ancient Jedi texts, thus meaning she too has learned the ways of balance, and has therefore unlocked Force powers potentially unseen for generations. Information is being drip-fed, likely as the Lucasfilm story group figure things out themselves, and it's developing into a fascinating new way of viewing the Force. That would make sense, where the Jedi were losing their foresight or into the Force because they were actually leaning more to the light side instead of the balance of the Force. That's real interesting to see that. And yeah, I've already heard something like that. So Star Wars hints Qui-Gon Jinn was the only Jedi who could stop Sidious. The recently published Secret of the Jedi is an in-universe study of the ways of the Jedi. It is supposedly compiled from the notes of Luke Skywalker himself, and one selection naturally examines the light and dark side of the Force. Luke knows enough to associate the Prime Jedi with balance, although he doesn't appear to make much of that knowledge, instead ascribing to the traditional light and dark dichotomy. I'm sorry, I probably read that wrong. He does, however, give some fresh insight into balance that adds a new element to the discussion. Using the Force properly is all about finding balance, and some Force users, particularly Force-sensitive children, known by the Jedi as younglings, are able to tap into its energy without an obvious alignment to either side. The Force simply flows through them in its purest form. Based on the constant struggle I've witnessed between the light and the dark side of the Force, perhaps this innate neutrality can teach us all a valuable lesson. Wow, that's really neat. So George Lucas's concept of the Force was heavily influenced by Buddhism, and there's certainly an element of Buddhist philosophy in this. The idea that children are more naturally attuned to the world than adults. The idea can even be seen in the Christian traditions as well, with Jesus' teaching, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. In Star Wars universe, Luke Skywalker suggests this is because children are inherently neutral, centered and balanced in the Force, and that they only become aligned with one side or another as they age. This would explain why Baby Yoda demonstrates the same Force heal power in The Mandalorian as Rey does in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, when this distinctive form of life transference appears more linked to balance than light or dark. Okay, I get it. I mean, that's a great way to look at it, actually. So, and you know, I've seen the story leading more and more to that, and you know, that's great. All right, let's see. We got another Marvel from Showbiz Cheats. All right, and this is Tom Holland's nickname for Robert Downey Jr. is perfect for two reasons. Though Robert Downey Jr. recently departed the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bidding the landscape farewell in Avengers Endgame, Stark remains a fixture in fans' minds. His character cemented the foundation of the filmscape expansion and was vital to several of the MCU's most intriguing and integral interpersonality dynamics. As for one of those dynamics, fans quickly fell for the father-son bond between Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and Downey Stark. Though Stark always seemed a little resilient to compassion and concern, outside Pepper Potts, Parker squeezed into his heart, and when Parker faded into the abyss, slipping from Tony's arms in an Infinity War, there wasn't dry eye in the house. Based on Holland's relationship with Downey, as well as Downey's influence over the MCU, Tom Holland's phone contact for RDJ is perfect. Tom Holland has RDJ in his phone as the Godfather. He's the Godfather in my phone. Yeah, he's like RDJ the Godfather. Yeah, that's what I have him as. While Downey Stark doesn't necessarily boast the mob mentality inherent to the Godfather films, Holland is likely going for a different implication, one that accounts for Stark's presence in the landscape as well as Holland's relationship with Downey. As for Tony's presence in the landscape, one could argue that he is the Godfather of the MCU, ushering in the other heroes and paving the way for their significance in future installments. Yeah, I've actually heard him being called the Godfather of the MCU. Robert Downey Jr. had a lot to do with the MCU, more than just being an actor. And from what I understand, when it came to Infinity War and Endgame, he was the only actor they trusted to have the whole story. So I think that's really neat. Robert Downey Jr., I love the guy. Great actor. I hope to see him in other things. But if not, I'm sure the man's made enough money that he wouldn't have to act again. All right, so over here, I'm going to move just a little bit to gaming. So we got another update. Like I said, this is on the PS5 console prices and accessory price exposed. See the list below. This comes from gizchina.com. So like I said, these are usually like second or third party, so you can't really take it too seriously sometimes. Sony PS5 console and accessory price exposed. See the price list and availability here. So let's see. The anticipation regarding the upcoming Sony PS5 is growing and potential buyers cannot wait for November. With the public reveal of the PS5 design as well as some of its games, we are now left with its prices. Some months ago, the price speculation were simply wide guesses. However, as more features of this console comes to light, we now have some more calculated price speculations. Recently, the recommended speculations were simply okay. However, more features of this console comes to light. We now have some more calculated price speculation. Recently, the recommended price of the Sony PS5 leaked on Twitter. While many consider this latest price listing as a leak, I will prefer to call it a speculation. So yeah, that's basically, I've actually did 2 updates on this. Furthermore, it's not only did the price of all versions of PS5 appear in these speculations, but the Twitter user at Iron Man PS5 also revealed the potential price of some of its accessories. Some of the tweets, which were in Japanese, also claimed that the device will arrive in Japan on November 14th. However, the tweets give the price and availability of these devices in North America and Europe. Let's take a look at the prices and availability. All right, let's take a look. All right, so let's see. This is the Sony PlayStation game console regular version. All right, so it says the price $466, or it's actually in yen. So and it says $499 availability in North America and Europe. All right, the digital console is $419 in Japan for 44,980 yen, while the price is $399 in North America. So if you're wondering, a digital means that you won't be able to own a physical game. The only way to get a game you would have to download it from the PlayStation Store. So, which might be a good option for me because I don't usually buy the physical games, hardly ever. The Sony PS5 vertical stand price is $21, which is for in Japan. So the yen conversion would be $21, where the price for us is $24.99 in North America. So I'm just going to read the North America ones. Sony's PS5 Media Remote Control for us is $29.99. And let's see. The Sony PS5 Pulse 3D wireless headset is $159. Really not too bad. Sony PS5 HD camera, the price is $59.99, about the price of a game. So Sony P. I don't know. They're saying $499 for a console that you can use the physical disc, and $399 for the digital. So I'd probably say it probably also depends on what kind of memory it has in it too. So I'm sure they're offering a terabyte and probably 2 or 3 terabytes in others, but I don't know if they still do the 500 gigabyte. They might. But all right, so DualSense charging station, which DualSense is the new controller, is $29.99. Sony PlayStation DualSense controllers, same as what the controllers are now, $59.99. Here are some of the Sony PlayStation 5 games that will arrive in 2020: Assassin's Creed, Astro Playroom, Bugs and Axe, Chivalry 2, Deathloop, Dirt 5, Fortnite's free, Godfall, Gods and Monsters. It might. I don't know. Like I said, this is all speculation, Darren. That's what they've said so far. Jet the Far Shore, Madden NFL 21, NBA 2K21, Observer, Oddworld, Soulstrom, Outrider, Quantum Error, Redo Enhanced Edition, Spider-Man's Miles Morales, Ultimate Fishing Simulator, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, Watchdog Legion, WRC9. That's funny, I thought GTA was going to come out. GTA 5 was going to come out when it first came out. But like I said, this is all speculation. So all right, we got some other stuff. Hold on. Okay, this I didn't know. So this comes from Screen Rants. And it says, The Mandalorian, Jason Sudeikis forgot he punched Baby Yoda. So I don't know. Was Jason Sudeikis in the first season? Because if he was in highly maked up cop, because I don't remember seeing him unless they're talking about season 2 already. For many Star Wars fans, it was the punch heard around the world, but actor Jason Sudeikis forgot all about punching Baby Yoda. Oh, he was one of the stormtroopers on The Mandalorian. Wow. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell it's Jason Sudeikis when he's you're in stormtrooper armor with a helmet. The Mandalorian's Jason Sudeikis forgot that he punched Baby Yoda. Live-action Star Wars TV series from Disney Plus arrived late last year and instantly became a hit. Not just for its engaging storylines and Star Wars mythology, but also for the character now known globally as Baby Yoda. Though the pint-sized Yoda character is officially named the Child, fans everywhere immediately took to calling him Baby Yoda from the first time he appeared on screen. The Mandalorian Season 1 offered a huge number of memorable memorable moments that fans are still discussing while they wait for the release of Season 2. One such moment came in the Mandalorian season finale when comedian Jason Sudeikis made a cameo appearance as a biker scout trooper entrusted with the kidnapped Baby Yoda. Sudeikis' character impatience comes to a head when he punches the fuzzy and all too curious child. The brief scene set off an immediate storm of online discussion and made Sudeikis trend on social media. Wow. So, I guess I didn't know that was Jason Sudeikis, who was actually in the... It's a stormtrooper. It's a variant of the stormtrooper, but it's a biker scout. But yeah, I had no idea it was Jason Sudeikis. I guess I'll have to go back and watch the ending and see if I can catch by listening to it. Okay, here's one, and this one really goes with what I want. It's another Star Wars one. Star Wars, 10 reasons Rey should have been Obi-Wan's descendant and not Palpatine. Rey being, and this comes from Screen Rants, Rey being Palpatine's descendant was polarizing. In fact, it would have been better if she was related to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I totally like that idea completely better. The Rise of Skywalker was a hit and miss films on various levels, no matter how deep into the Star Wars lore its fans and haters might be. Arguably, one of the biggest conflicts they have with the film is the resurrection of Palpatine and his familiar connection to Rey. Not only does it make barely a single lick of sense, but there was already evidence for her connection to another figure of the Force addressed prior to the film. Star Wars, 5 times we felt bad for Han Solo, and 5 times we hated him. It can be said that Rey shares more with a certain Jedi Master than her Imperial grandfather, who's also the ruler of the dark side of the Force. Who, you may ask, why? It's none other than Obi-Wan Kenobi himself. Ever since the Disney sequel trilogy began, fans were hoping that Rey would be of Obi-Wan's bloodline, and given the evidence that was planted in The Force Awakens, it's hard not to see why this theory took hold. That, and it makes more sense than whatever Palpatine's scheme was. Here are 10 reasons why Rey should have been related to Obi-Wan Kenobi instead of Emperor Palpatine. So let's go ahead. This will be fun. They were both introduced as hermits in the desert. Well, that is true. Oh yeah, I love Jason Statham too. But it was Jason Sudeikis is who it was. So Jason Sudeikis from We're the Millers. I always get him mixed up with Ed Helms. Does the scenario sound familiar? A character shrouded in mystery has been living their life on a desert planet outside of a wretched hide of scum and villainy. Obi-Wan's time on Tatooine is obviously reflected in Rey's stranded sentence on the planet Jakku. Even the locals are slightly similar, although the scavenger on Jakku might not be as cute or agreeable as Jawas, but the similarity does end there. They were both waiting for someone. That's right. From a narrative standpoint, both Rey and Obi-Wan are in a sort of exile waiting for someone to arrive and begin a grand adventure. In Obi-Wan's case, he was waiting for Luke to take the first steps on his path to destiny. For Rey, an orphan outcast desperately clings to the hope that her parents will one day return and pluck her from the sands of Jakku. Though their circumstances differed, their adventures shared a common catalyst seen in their respective Star Wars movies. A droid brings them out of hiding. That's, once again. Aside from being astromechs, BB-8 and R2-D2 have the somewhat supernatural ability to pull heroes from the middle of nowhere in the cosmic scheme of the Star Wars universe. While this factor might be coincidental circumstantially, the fact can't be denied that it was a droid that pulled them from the sands, so to speak. Not only that, but through a droid's presence, they were united with the rest of the heroes. They shared a color scheme. They did. Stepping back from the narrative sides of things, let's take a look at the characters themselves. Why there are massive differences in physical sense, several design choices were made to mirror the two characters. Star Wars, 15 confusing aspects. Okay, so was that? No, here we go. Number 6, their mystic presences. One thing for certain with the two characters, they're almost a wizardly quality to their manner and presence. The way Obi-Wan carries himself with an air of elegant mystery hidden underneath the hood and beard in episode 6 is mirrored beautifully in the way, that's not 6, 4. Is that, yeah. Mirrored beautifully in the way Rey carries her staff as she wanders through the desert. Even the way the two characters silently contemplate their plights is practically identical. Number 5, their elegant fighting styles. While lightsaber and staves definitely sound like weapons of more civilized age, there's more to the way Rey and Obi-Wan fight than just their tools of the trade. Okay, that's all I have for that. Oh, here we go. Star Wars, all 4. That's this just related. All right, 4. They both use Jedi mind tricks. Well, I mean, all Jedis. Oh yeah, that's all right. Yeah. They both use Jedi mind tricks. Well, I mean, I think they were both pretty good at using Jedi mind tricks, but all Jedi can use mind tricks. There's no other way to put it. Obi-Wan's interaction with troopers and Mos Eisley and Rey's with the one on Kylo Ren's vessel used the exact same mind trick, which is funny, is because they say it's I can't remember what the name of the guy who plays 007 now. They're saying that's who that stormtrooper was in The Force Awakens. I can't think of his name. Daniel Craig is who they're saying that is, but there's no proof of whether that's him or not. But yeah, Kylo Ren's vessel uses the exact same mind trick. That wasn't something that either one of them had to practice, just something. And for some reason, it just skipped all the way to the bottom. So give me 1 second. Here we go. So just something they pulled out of their force-sensitive brains. The filmmakers were practically admitting a connection here. And yeah, I totally seen it too. They are both sensible and have a proper demeanor. Yeah. Rey might not be the tactful negotiator Obi-Wan was, but the way she carries herself with a sense of elegance and an air of being collected no matter what mess she finds herself in. Case in point, when she was chiding BB-8 after rescuing him, her manner is curt yet calm. Even when angered, she at least tries to maintain a cool head, lest the loses control like her dark side counterpart. There's only one other Jedi to have that kind of candor, making Rey's connection to him all the more obvious. Number 2, she heard Obi-Wan's voice in The Force Awakens. Fans couldn't have asked for a bigger sign pointing to Obi-Wan than this. When Rey has the vision of the event leading up to The Force Awakens, Obi-Wan's voice is not only heard with the other masters, but the one voice that calls out to her by name. So consider this. If Obi-Wan supposedly passed or became one with the Force before Rey's time, how was he on a literal first-name basis with her? That's true. That's true. Number 1, the dark side temptation was always forced. In all honesty, the idea that Rey would ever turn to the dark side was always a bit of a stretch. In fact, it wouldn't be untrue in saying that Kylo Ren, called to light, was more believable than Rey being seduced by the Sith. Why? Because she was obviously meant to have been Obi-Wan's influence to anchor her. With that in mind, Palpatine's claim and Rey's blood relation to him doesn't make too much sense. And it's true. I truly think that Rey was supposed to be a descendant of Obi-Wan. And I'm not saying a daughter, but a granddaughter. And I think maybe they made her a Palpatine trying to make sense of something from The Last Jedi, which kind of ruined a lot of stuff the way it was done. It was like, oh, we did this first movie for the prequel saga, and then the next director just threw it all out the window and go, I'm gonna do what I want, and then left J.J. Abrams with the last film to go, all right, so we got to fix all this, all within, I think the last film's almost 3 hours, if I'm right. I'm sure you know, Darren, you watched it. I think it's the only Star Wars movie you've seen is Rise of Skywalker. But so yeah, that's basically, I mean, very interesting. And I was always hoping that she would be Obi-Wan's granddaughter or a descendant somehow. And I agree that it makes so much more sense for that. All right, so let's see. Do we have anything else? Looking through. We're getting close to local news. Here we go. We'll do some video game news just real quick. We haven't done any of that today. All right. So this is brought to us by... All right. Just give me a second. Dexerto.com. Warzone hacking apparently rising as cheaters find ways to escape bans. Here we go. The hacking problem in Call of Duty Warzone appears to have resurged over the past couple weeks as cheaters are circumventing Infinity Ward's two-factor authentication protective measures. On May 12th, COD's developers threw a then thriving hacker community into disarray by levying a ton of shadow bans and requiring two-factors SMS verification for PC players, but over a month later, desperate cheaters appeared to have discovered workarounds, annoying a player base that would prefer competitive integrity. The Cronus anti-recoil mod discovered in June 19th was a major concern to players and professionals alike since it is usable on consoles and can't be detected by anti-cheat programs. But its usage is limited and it is restricted to less sophisticated hacks than the ones most popular on PC. Of great concerns is the recent rise in PC hacking, which has dropped substantially following May's shadow ban, and verification deterrence. Reddit user Oren, at this point, turning into one of the community's most helpful contributors, revealed this rise in cheating can be attributed to cheap SMS two-step bypassing options. What Oren discovered is a service that provides non-shadow banned accounts for just $2 a piece, with cheaper rates when players purchase these accounts in bulk. Hackers are already willing to spend over $100 on some of the more sophisticated scripts, so these prices are absolutely negligible for an opportunity to use high-end cheats. Infinity Ward responded to broken riot shield bugs in Warzone. Okay. So yeah, that it's been a problem since Warzone's come out of cheaters. And I've actually watched some of these videos that some of these YouTubers or Twitch streamers, they're running into them, and the thing is these people are using their real accounts. They're not using unless these accounts they're buying already have a lot of openings, because we've seen them have Damascus skins, which I've been told there's a way to actually hack or cheat to get Damascus skins, but they've been using variants that you have to buy. It's not something that you can get through the battle pass or something, so like I said, if they are getting this cheating, right, they'll always find a way to break the firewall, but this takes away the integrity of the game. It takes away everything. I truly believe it's actually happening over on multiplayer. I think it happens more probably on Warzone because it's free and open to everyone, while multiplayer isn't. I try to avoid playing hardcore because hardcore has no, if you want to know what some of you, if you don't play video games, it's got a kill camera. So basically, after you get killed, it shows you the perspective of the person who killed you. Where hardcore doesn't have that. It kind of does, it kind of doesn't. Hardcore, when you get shot, the camera actually turns to the person who shot, so it gives you the direction. You might not see them. You might see them and see where they are. But but there's nothing, a replay showing the perspective of the other player. So, and then there is a replay in Warzone, and that's a lot of times that's how, and these streamers or YouTubers, Twitch streamers, they are actually recording these people. They'll actually stop and speculate people as they're cheating, showing these people are using aimbots, they're using wall hacks, and stuff like that. Oh yeah. So I mean, I think Warzone, because it is free, that is the reason why it's so much worse than what it is in any other part of the game. And I think I understand the whole thing with the pandemic really probably cut a lot of the people in that department for finding the cheaters, but you know, we're getting back to it, and it should have really been the opposite way. I don't know why some of these people couldn't work from home, but yeah, they really need to take care of that, or they're going to watch their game just where people just stop playing it, especially the Warzone part, which the Warzone part's fun, but yeah, so I think that's going to do it. I'm just short 5 minutes. I have some other things to say before I get off here. So let's see. One of the things one of the things is so today at 3 o'clock I have a video coming out, and it's the first kind of video we've done. We've done a reaction video. So it looks like right now we're not going to get down to Walt Disney World anytime soon. It's probably going to be a while until all of this ends. And from the way it looks, is Disney's got this pushed all the way. Oh, no problem, Candy Mom. I'm glad. I'm happy you were here. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate your support. And you know, and like I said, and you're one of my mods, so I trust you completely. And I thank you for coming in. I understand you're busy and just listen. And but yeah, so I did a reaction video to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and I tell you what, it's gonna make it hard for me not to go after seeing what that ride looks like. I believe this ride blew away Rise of the Resistance. So, and I'm a big Star Wars fan. I've always said I love Star Wars more than I do Disney, but this ride really blew it away. And if you want to see my reaction, of course, the video. Oh, thanks, Candy Mom. If you want to see my reaction to it, the video comes out at 3 p.m. Eastern time today. Coffee with Chris. Yeah. I had my coffee gone before I even started the show. So, like I said, I didn't have hardly had any sleep. I actually was kind of jittery because I already had too much coffee. Oh, yeah. Did you get a chance to ride it? Was it open when you were down there? Because I knew you were down there. But, yeah, it's... And my daughter, she was upset when she found out I was going to do it because we were actually trying not to watch it, so it would be new to us. And I wish I would have done that with Rise of the Resistance, but sometimes, you know, you have to see something. So, but yeah, that is going on. Of course, we got the Good Morning Show again tomorrow, where I'll do Disney news, and yeah, I thought it was amazing. I could actually see the way whenever you got onto the vehicle, how they used the exact same from the Great Movie Ride. Oh yeah, Heaven went on it, my daughter, and she was like, "Dad, it is amazing," is what she said. So, and she's never got the chance. Yeah, she's never got the chance to go on Rise of the Resistance. There was supposed to be a cast member preview, but it never happened. So, and it was also a cast member preview where they couldn't take anybody. But yeah, so I think this is going to be something I'm going to start doing, reacting to videos, because there are places that we can't go because, I mean, I've never been to Disneyland, but I would like to do reaction videos like one of them I'm thinking about doing. If this one does very well, I'm thinking about doing the Pinocchio Dark Ride. Never seen the Pinocchio Dark Ride because I've never been to Disneyland. You've done both? That's awesome. I really wish to go to Disneyland. But another place is over like Tokyo Disneyland. Oh, you've done both the Rise of Resistance and yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think you'd have to be a Star Wars fan to really have a hard time to decide which is them. I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan, Candy Mom, but yeah. But so I think if this does well for me today, which I think I'm actually going to post it into a YouTube or a Disney YouTuber Facebook area, which may help it. If we can if it gets somewhat of a good reaction. I think the last few videos I had a bad reaction was because I was putting them out at 12:45 and I thought I was putting them out in the afternoon and they were coming out in the middle of the night. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was having, hey Gonzo, how you doing? Candy Mom's here. But yeah, so like I said, 3 o'clock, a reaction video to our first reaction video. I'm going to tell you, it's not done perfectly. This is the first one, so I'm still learning. And but it is to the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I thought was amazing. But yeah, I'm thinking Mondays. Gonzo, how you doing? I'm thinking Mondays might be reaction video Mondays for us, and hitting rides I've never rode because I've never been to Disneyland. I've never been to Disneyland Tokyo. Never been to any of the places in China or in Paris. And there's rides there that, I may never get to ride. But I think it would be interesting. And I think for people like that's out there that probably won't get to those places either, they probably enjoy it too. Tomorrow's news. But as for that, the other things I got, of course, I got the Good Morning Show for tomorrow. Special guest Gonzo. Tomorrow. Are you going to be on with me tomorrow? Because I'll have to change it. But if you're going to be on with me tomorrow, just let me know. Because I'll bring you on. We'll talk. We'll talk about it. But then we have Wednesday. We have Darren and I. We have Disney fan art with Chris, which is Silver Age. I actually had somebody ask me what the Silver Age was. And that's Cinderella through the Jungle Book. Those in there like Alice in Wonderland, 101 One Dalmatians. I'm trying to think. The Sword and the Stone. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, Lady and the Tramp. So we'll be, those are the things we're going to be drawing from and, or creating any kind of crafts from. So I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I do have one from, we did the wartime era, which would be like, the 3 caballeros. I have to say that. Heaven got on to me for saying caballeros. Caballeros. She said it was a Y, not an L. But I think some people have seen this. This is a Japanese paper cutting. And, of course, this is Panchito. And so that's what I did last week. So. But, yeah. Yeah, so, wow. Thought I was going to end 5 minutes early. Don't forget, right now, Dole Whip Dad's going on. I looked at his topic. I can't remember what it was. I think it had to do with Main Street USA. So, try to jump in there, give him a little bit of love. And I think Myers and the Mouse is on after that. So if you get a chance, go in and give them some love too. Me, for myself, I'm heading to turn an application in. So, but as for that, I hope to catch you tomorrow. And once again, good morning. I hope you have a good day. And I hope to see you tomorrow morning for more Disney news and entertainment. So, but thank you, everybody, for coming in. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the support. And glad to see people are actually coming in. I really didn't think doing this show this early I would get so much support. And I'm really touched by the support I'm getting. But I think that's going to do it. So we will see you tomorrow morning. And oh yeah, I forgot, Taco Tuesday. on Gonzo's channel. That's right. We're gonna have is his name Cam Mac Adventures. This guy creates some awesome drinks, and he does the recipes from different places. There at Walt Disney World, he's been doing them around World Showcase, but I seen one they did from Trader Sam's just recently. And this guy is amazing. I love watching him make the drinks. It's just awesome. But yeah, he'll be on Taco Tuesday. We're also going to be playing Color Brain, if I'm right. I believe we are. I think we're going to talk to Cam, and then we're going to play Color Brain again. I've actually still got the cards laid out, so whenever we're ready to do it. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. Once again, thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the like button. If you're watching replay, remember, hit the like button. Hit the comment. Let me know what you think. If there's something you want me to cover, I'll cover it. I'm here for you. And if you're new and you found your way here and you like the content, please hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you know when we go live or post a video. But once again, that's it. Good morning. Have a good day. And I hope to see you tomorrow morning. Bye.